Welcome to the Raven Space on YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space Daily, where we talk about Baltimore Ravens news every single weekday. And this is our special game preview show, where we talk about the upcoming game. And this time, it's the Ravens at the Packers. It's going to be a cool game. Shout out to Steven, who works on the Raven Space. He's actually going to that game. So again, that's going to be awesome. So we're going to have several things to talk about. First, please subscribe to the Raven Space on YouTube for the best content on the internet. Also, I want to say, please share this video, help us grow, and be a part of the Ravens Space Revolution. Also, if you really want to be a part of Raven Space Nation, Raven Space Revolution, check out our Patreon page, and shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Now, let's hop right into the topics. We're going to talk about the offensive preview, the defensive preview, the injury report, which is very sad. But then we're going to get into the mailbag and the question of the day. I have a headache. You guys don't care. Let's get into it. The offensive preview. So there's a lot of things that we could talk about, but we're going to talk about the matchup to watch. And I think it's Jeremy Maclin versus the Packers corners. The Packers are not a good defensive team. They weren't when Aaron Rodgers was in there, and they're not now. And really their weakness is that defensive backcourt. They have some good safeties. I like their safeties, but those corners are not great. And so in order for us to win this game, one of our receivers has to win. And I think Maclin is the most realistic way to win. So I think that we're going to see Maclin have a great game. Again, I'm thinking around 8 catches, 90 yards, a touchdown. I think it's going to be a good game for Maclin. He's my player to watch. Other players that have to step up, of course, Joe Flacco, and then James Hurst. You'll find out why I say James Hurst a little later, but he's going to have to step up this game like a lot. He has some big shoes to fill. If our offense can't take advantage of the weak Packers secondary, we're not going to be a good offense for the rest of the season. This may be the worst defense we play for the rest of the season, other than maybe the Browns. So I need to see something from our offense here. Marty's been telling me, you know, hey, calm down, just watch. John saying we're going to turn it around. Let's turn it around. Let's see what they can do. I'm excited. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel. But offensive preview is going to be Maclin versus the Packers. I expect a couple of deep shots. I really do expect the Ravens to attack because of all the backlash about it being a one look and drop system. I think the Ravens are going to come out aggressively, and we need this win. And if we get this win, it's going to be a big deal, and that's going forward to making the playoffs. So we're going to go to the second topic, and it's the defensive preview, of course. And this time, we have a player to watch. So the defense has been struggling in the run game. That's going to get right. I don't think we're going to struggle this game. The Packers are not very good at traditional running. They're good at scheme running, which is when the coach has a scheme that helps the running back get a couple of yards. But in the game of football, there comes a time, not in the game of football, let me say it, in the game of life, there comes a time where you can plan all you want, but the winners fight through adversity. I don't think the Packers running backs can do that, especially against our defensive tackles, Brandon Williams and Michael Pierce. And so I really do think that we're going to stop their run. We're going to force it all on Brett Hundley. And then the player to watch is going to show, and his name is Tony Jefferson. This is a game for Tony Jefferson that I think he has the best matchup of anyone. He has a chance to get his first interception of the season. Why do I say that? You have a quarterback that does not have a lot of in-game experience. You have great corners that are going to challenge the receivers, who are great on the Packers. Going to challenge them one-on-one. The physical nature of Tony Jefferson means he's going to be all around the field, and I really do think that he has a chance to get a pick on a overthrown ball this game. I'm excited to see Tony Jefferson get his first interception. He's my player to watch for this game. You guys, let me know who your player to watch is on offense and defense as well. But I think Tony Jefferson is the player to watch on defense. I think he's going to have a very, very big game. Other notes for the defense, corner is going to be fun to look at. I don't think Jimmy Smith's going to play the whole game. I think he'll be in and out. I think you'll see Marlon Humphrey get a lot more time. And I think Marlon Humphrey's going to perform okay. This is going to be a real test for Marlon. He's been tested before, but again, you know, I've seen him in the game against the Titans sporadically. I need to see, you know, like for example, when we played the Steelers, he wasn't on Antonio Brown, so you know you don't get a good look at him there. I think that this will be a great look for him because I think every receiver on the Packers is at least good. They might not be great, but they're at least good, and I think it's going to be a good test for Marlon. So I'm excited to see that. But Tony Jefferson's the player to watch. Marlon is an interesting player as well, so we can see what's happening. And also, this game you have two of the premier pass rushers from this generation, and Terrell Suggs and Clay Matthews, and that's always going to be fun to watch. Because you know, who knows how long we have to watch these guys. It's going to be a good. It's going to be a good one, I think, from that perspective. Now we're going to go to the injury report, which is sad. It bummed me out, to be honest. And I pulled up for the screen for you guys to look at. Pretty dope thing I can do here. So if you guys like, you know, me doing this, I'll do this every Friday. And Nick Boyle, Michael Campanaro, Chuck Clark, and Jimmy Smith are questionable, along with Terrence West and Tim Williams. This tells me that Terrence West probably won't get a lot of burn. You have too many running backs in that backfield for him to get burned when he's listed as questionable. But he was a full participant, so we'll see what John Harbaugh and Marty Mornhinweg want to do. Of course, the biggest issue is going to be Ronnie Stanley. You can see he's doubtful, and him being doubtful tells me that he will not be playing in this game. So James Hurst has to step up. When you have a player as good as Ronnie Stanley leaving, it's going to be tough. We already have issues there, right? We all know that. We have issues. And it's going to only get tougher. Hopefully, James Hurst plays up to the occasion. Again, I think if the Packers defense has a strength, it's that front seven. They are nasty and they get after you. And they play better when they have a lead with Aaron Rodgers, but I think they're still very talented. So I'm a little bit worried. We'll see what happens. But Ronnie Stanley is doubtful versus the Packers, which means he will not play, in my opinion. So we should be worried that Joe Flacco might hit the ground a couple of times in this game. Now we're going to move on to the comment of the... sorry, I'm out of position. My bad. Back up. We're going to go to the mailbag question, and this question is my favorite part. We're sponsored by the Raven Space Patreon and our patrons. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. I love you guys. You help me do this. If you guys want to help and support independent media, check out our Patreon link in the description below. And the question comes from Mick Lovins It, and he asked, who do you think can replace Marty Mornhinweg if he's hopefully fired? Thank you so much for the question, McLovins It. First, I want to say I'm never hoping for anyone to get fired, but if you're not good at your job, if you're proving that you're not good at your job, it's best for both parties to split. The Ravens get a new offensive coordinator, and Marty Mornhinweg to get a new job, and so they can both use their abilities to the best of their ability. So I'm never hoping for anyone to get fired because I understand how hard that can be. If you've ever been fired before, you understand. But I don't feel bad for millionaires, so, But to answer your question, there's only one answer to this question for me, and it's Greg Roman. A lot of people say Gary Kubiak. Gary Kubiak is not coming back to be an offensive coordinator for Joe Flacco. So let's get that. He was a head coach, a Super Bowl winning head coach. He's done. If he's not a head coach, he's not coaching. But I think it has to be Greg Roman, and the reason I say this is because you do not want to waste Joe Flacco. If you think Joe Flacco is your quarterback and you think he's a franchise quarterback, you do not waste Joe Flacco in these moments. And when I say these moments, Joe Flacco has 4 years left, hopefully. And if you want him not to waste any of those 4 years, you have to be, it has to be someone who's in the organization, ready to go, and either in my opinion, that's either going to be the quarterback coach, but we don't have a quarterback coach. So the next option is Greg Roman, who's like a offensive assistant, running specialist thing. So Marty Mornhinweg is Greg Roman is the answer. If you want to replace Marty Mornhinweg, you got to replace him with him. Or Joe Flacco's going to have to learn a whole new system. It's going to take 1.5 years to get it. We're going to waste the season. You know, the Ravens are raising ticket prices. You can't expect fans to keep on coming and watching us get our tails beat. So I think Greg Roman is going to be the key. Now we're going to move to the comment of the day. Again, sorry about that, guys. I'm practicing for when we go live later this month, so I am not editing. But JP said, we need to get rid of Woodhead and T. West next year. We'll be good with Collins, Buck, and Dixon. So, JP, I'll say this to you. I agreed with most of what you said. If you guys know, if you watch the show, you're going to know what I'm going to say. I don't like Kenneth Dixon, and I don't think he is ready to be a running back in this league that gets a lot of carries. I was more impressed with Terrence West overall last year. Now, Dixon did break off some great runs and was impressive. And he did show potential, and I was excited about him coming to this year. But all the off-the-field stuff, it hurts you. And you're a running back, and you can't waste years. You just can't. So I'll take a Terrence West or Danny Woodhead in the new system over a Dixon who doesn't know the new system. And especially since running backs really are a dime a dozen unless you have a great one. And we don't have a great one. So pick the 3 that are going to be best. Alex Collins and Buck Allen are a must. But all those other 3, the Ravens, you guys pick what you want. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to the Raven Space on YouTube for the best Baltimore Ravens content on the internet. Please share this video. Help us grow. We need you guys' help. And support independent media by checking out our Raven Space t-shirt store and our Patreon page. Thank you guys so much. And go Ravens.